to get in the bag. They'll need those against France this afternoon. Now the teams, Great Britain, they've got 6 Wigan players in the team, and Gary Schofield was highest try scorer, you might recall, with 5 tries against Australia in the recent test series between those countries. France, who drew 10-all when the countries last met, got some exciting backs, notably Dumas playing at number 7, the scrum half, and the forwards Palanque and Bernambi are skillful ball handlers, both from the village club Le Ponte, I learn. And the new cap making his debut is number 2, Pons. We'll have the second half for you live. Highlights coming up now of the first half. England playing in the white shirts, and the commentators, as usual, Alec Murphy and Ray French.
The French coach was saying they've had very little chance of practicing in the last 2 or 3 weeks because of the conditions. Accustomed to seeing better handling from the French than that, Alec, aren't we?
Yes, we are. They're normally very good with the ball, Ray, and you know, this is what we want to see from Great Britain. Keep handling like this.
Good run by Lydon. He's got pace, this lad. That's why he's there at full-back. Oh, Kevin Beardmore again. Edwards. Tremendous support player is Shaun Edwards. Following Kevin Beardmore there at the acting half-back. To Goodway, and he's in. Andy Goodway using his powerful 15-stone frame. Dumas, Espuña. Now this lad can run, this Ratier. Oh, interception there. Well, what a dream interception for Mark Foster. The wingman from Warrington on his debut, and he scores a 65-yard try. Well, all the Wires supporters will be as delighted with that as he is. He's a fast lad. We saw him win the sprint championships before the test against Australia. And what a good try to get on your debut. Oh, that's a good chip. Well judged. Can he judge it? Yes, he does. Shaun Edwards, good kick. Spotted the fact that the French defence was up very, very flat there. Took judgment in his short rubber kick. Not many players are doing that these days, but Edwards, a young lad, confidence on his shoulders. He did it, and it paid off. A dream start here at Headingley for the new Great Britain coach, Malcolm Reilly. I don't think he could have envisaged a scoreline of 24 points to 4, but as we've just seen, Alec, I think Great Britain well worth that start, haven't they?
Yes, I think that Great Britain wanted this a moral kind of boost, Ray. They've needed a big score, and it looks like they could get one today.
Certainly, and I think looking at this French side, Alec, they've promised once or twice on attack, especially this man Gilles Dumas there at scrum half, but the defence is too fragile, isn't it?
Yes, they look as though they're building a side, and they're probably going through the motions of getting it together, and really playing against a Great Britain side who want to prove a point. I think they're going to have big problems today.
Yes, and a confident Ellery Handler, number 6, captain for the second time in his career. He did captain against France over there, but 1 or 2 forwards brought back. David Hobbs there, number 8. And a good spell there from Andy Goodway in the centre there, giving his instructions out. Had a good run, had a good try, as we've seen. And Malcolm Reilly and the manager Les Bettins from the Salford Club, they'll be very happy with this, but in all honesty, not really very fierce opposition so far, Ali, but we know what the French can do, don't we?
Well, you can only go on the field and win, Ray, and this is what Malcolm will be pleased about. And this is another little fella here who, for me, is having a tremendous game. 19 years of age, got a big point to prove, and he's about to do it today.
So, into the second half, 24 points to 4 then. Great Britain in control in that first half, but as we've said, we can expect anything from the French. They're good handlers of the ball. They can suddenly pick up a couple of tries and change the complexion of a match. Kevin Beardmore there, attacking half-back, been taking up that position and been doing very, very well with short, piercing runs. Haggerty making his debut here, the St Helens second row. And another of those kicks from Shaun Edwards. He's noticed that this French defence is lying very, very flat. I think they have to move up very quick. They're not a very big pack, and he certainly punished them with those rubber kicks. There's one thing that about this French pack, they're not as big as the players they seem to have, like Bescos and Quagliole when we were playing, are they?
No, they're not. They maybe the change of style there, probably better dieting and things like that.
Gill. To David Creaser. But back to the other substitute there. Patrick Rocci de La Ponte. And a penalty, holding down. Well, referee Mick Stone from Sydney, Australia, he certainly made his intentions clear in the first half. He wasn't having anybody lying on to play the ball. And Perret to put the touch. And it's a good kick. The scorer just of the 2 goals for France. Looks a bit... Rabot made 1 or 2 strong runs in the first half. This prop from Villeneuve. Bernabé. Ratier has played on the wing, this lad from Lesignan. Very fast lad. Any good way. Another interested spectator on it.
Yes, I think he's probably wants to cause some excitement for the spectators there, because I don't think they're getting a lot.
Yes, Great Britain definitely holding the upper hand against France in this country. 20 years since France last won a test match here in England. But of course this match vital in the World Cup Championship. 2 points would really put the pressure on Australia and New Zealand. Oh, that's a good break to Schofield for a forward pass. A number of times we've seen Gary Schofield backing up support play. Well, I don't think he could have paid his admission fee, Alec.
No, I think they found an intruder there, eh?
Bernabé. Well, here's one forward, Alec, who is having a good game, this lad, isn't he? This Bernabé from the La Ponte club. He's been driving it forward and he's been doing some good tackling.
Yes, he's playing very, very hard. He's probably finding a losing battle. He's involved with all the tackling and using the ball, and he's playing very, very well indeed. Looked surprisingly forward, that pass there to Verdes, but he got away with it. Duba. Palanque. The 6th tackle coming up. Ellery Hanley, captain today, back to his Wigan colleague Henderson Gill. 6 Wigan players in this side. Tremendous tribute to that club. Not a record. They did have 7 players back in a test match in 1950 with Ryan, Ratcliffe, Ashcroft, Jack Hilton, the club chairman, Bradshaw, Gian Egan. Some fine names, but I suppose no club can grumble with 6. Oh, that's a good kick, but Edwards was floored, and a penalty. Sean Edwards using the kick well again. I don't think actually he would have got to that ball, but nevertheless, obstruction. But I don't think there's any doubt about the penalty there. It just shows how quick this young boy thinks, and he just sees a chink in the arm, and he flips one over the full-back here, and a blatant tackle by the number 9 from France. And it's amusing, Ali, but 1 or 2 of the crowd booing because Joe Lyden's going for goal. But I mean, you can't turn 2 points up like that under the post, can you? Well, I think most points are going to count. It is a World Cup match, and I think Joe Lyden is entitled to kick a goal from there.
Yes, and I think that what many of the spectators don't realise is that points 4 in this league championship could actually be very crucial if we are to be in second place with New Zealand.
Yes, it was a wise decision, and I think a correct decision.
Yeah, well, it's 26 points to 4 now. Joe Lydon's 5th goal, and could be vital goals in the long run by the time we get down to the two teams to contest the final in '88.
Just wondering, Ray, what kind of a team talk Malcolm really, his first team talk, what he would have to say at half-time to some of these lads, and you know, would he be having to G them up and not be complacent?
And Roy Haggerty there. Nice to see Roy Haggerty getting the run. It's his first cap. Edwards again. Schofield, this is good play. To David Creaser, the substitute coming on there for David Stevenson. Stevenson got a rick on the ankle. Oh, that's a good ball to Ellery Hanley. He's got the strength, he's got the pace, and he's got the try. No problem, just 7 minutes gone in this half, and yet another try there to Ellery Hanley. 30 tries this season, that makes him. And he could be on the way to another 50 tries in the season.
This is Ellery Hanley. Just notice how strong he is. He's very, very strong here. He knocked Storage off as though he's a fly, and that was a prop forward he knocked down. Very, very strong boy, and that is a good try for Great Britain.
And isn't Joe Lydon having a field day here with his goals? Everyone under the post, but all gratefully accepted. 32 points to 4 now, and it looks like a rout at the moment.
I just hope, Ray, that this France side is not going to throw the towel in, and they're going to kind of compete till the end, because it is a very, very young side, and they're probably very inexperienced.
Yes, one of the French lads injured. It looks like Yves Storr, the French prop, the number 8.
He's the boy, Ray, who Ellery Hanley just knocked off as he scored that try.
Yes. And Perret, the full back from Toulouse, to restart. Straight to Joe Lydon. And Mike Gregory. Good young forward again, trying out here by Malcolm Reilly. Only 22 years of age, this Warrington loose forward. Oh, that's a good pass, and that was well run onto by David Creaser. The back substitute from the Leeds club. Hobbs. And I think this is the problem, Alec, the sheer size of the British pack. They're really giving the French a pounding. Then when it comes out, the backs are there, aren't they?
Yes, but it is nice also, Ray. Maybe the British lads have learned something from the Australian games. They are improving, they are playing well, and they're a very young side, and maybe they're enjoying this afternoon.
Perret, another good tackle there from Creaser. Spunia. A good brave run there from the number 10 Rabo, the Vienna prop. We understand he's broken his nose, but at least there's some fire there. He's carrying on. Just 10 minutes gone in the second half. 32 points to 4 for Great Britain. Good performance, this. Haggerty. Well, did he pass that off the floor out of the tackle? Referee Stone says not. Hanley again. Almost an interception. Well, I think this lad Cyril Pons from the Lesignan club. He wants to get a try if he can. It's his debut, first time for France. And he's looked dangerous, Alec. He's looked to have some pace when he's got the ball.
Yes, he looks as though he can trot a bit.
And it's nice to see our BBC ex-statistician who works so well, Freddie Wooding and myself, back in the game, watching the sport he loves. Hanley. And here's another problem for the French, Alec, the scrummaging. Kevin Beardmore doing a good job.
Yes, I think Kevin Beardmore is one of them lads who loves playing football, and he's a running hooker.
Gill. I don't think this lad Henderson Gill's coming looking for some tries.
Well, I think he wants to get in on the act. He likes scoring tries, Andy.
Hobbs. No. Well, the crowd were jeering a little bit. There's quite a lot of Castleford supporters here. I think they would have liked Kevin Beardmore there to score, but I like the way that this referee plays advantage for a long time, Alec, doesn't he?
Yes, Mick Stone is an Australian referee, and he's a very, very good referee. He keeps the sides, both sides back, and he lets open football play.
Well, he didn't spot that knock on from Mike Gregory on the blind side, did he? Gregory. Well, that is a knock-on. And I think Gilles Dumas is saying, parlez-vous français, what was that? Palanque. The French captain, this lad, from the Le Ponte club, only a village club, but one of the most famous of the French rugby league sides. It's amazing how those village sides kept rugby league going during the war when surprisingly, the Vichy government banned rugby league in France for some reason. Oh, good run there. Roshi, the substitute again from Le Ponte. Good sprinkling of Le Ponte players here. Perret. Oh, this is good stuff. Palanque. Well, he slowed down in the lad, didn't he? He had a huge gap, and then
yes, I think he didn't really know what to do with the ball. He had the ball actually in the wrong position. He had it tucked under his arm, and that was in the wrong place to be.
Oh, if Joe Lydon can get away here, well, he can't, but he can certainly run Joe Lydon. But a good tackle there from Rabo. Beardmore. Good one-handed pass there. Great Britain won the World Cup on 3 occasions since its inception way back in 1954, but France still waiting for their first win. Runners up twice, but we certainly need to show better form than this. And that's a good heat from France. Ratier. Bernabé, Ratier, and at last I think, Alec, France showing some rugby.
Yes, they're probably keeping hold of the ball a little bit longer than what they did in the first half, but Ratier, the centre, Ray, the number 4, is a very, very quick boy, and he's causing a lot of problems for the Great Britain side.
Edwards. And I think Great Britain are sort of getting a little bit loose, Alec. They've got a few too many points on the board at this stage.
Well, maybe complacency, but I think you'll find that the French have just improved a little bit, Ray. I don't think that Great Britain are playing that bad. I think that the French have just started tackling a little bit better.
Haggerty. Oh, that's a good pass from Haggerty. Forster. He had Kevin Beardmore outside him, but he chose to go inside. And a good tackle there from the French skipper, Palanque. Hanley, Goodwin. Oh, this is good stuff. Creaser, Gill. Referee there playing advantage again. Hobbs, he likes that little short 1-2 with Kevin Beardmore. He likes the little run around there in the front row, but a forward pass. And Mark Palanque there, number 12, having a go at Beardmore verbally, but I don't think Kevin will understand him. I think one of the differences, Alec, is that the French team have levelled the scrums in this half, 9 each now, because they had no ball in the first half.
No, they got well and truly trounced in the first half, but I do like the way that they've started running with the ball and taking it to Great Britain. But Great Britain are playing well, they're playing well within themselves, and they've got this game well under control.
And that's another good kick. Been a good battle there between these two hookers, and all credit to that lad Montez. He's fought back. He was taking a pounding from Beardmore, but he's doing well now. Goodwin. New coach Malcolm really put Goodway in the second row. Well, a little bit of fisticuffs there between Goodway and Bernabé, but it's not stopped the rugby. Ellery Hanley looking for support. It's a forward pass. Gary Schofield again, brought back.
Well, Ellery Hanley had a beautiful break here as a man on the right looks first to Schofield, sells a beautiful dummy. He's got Lydon inside, looks to Lydon, flips it to Schofield, and Mick Stone right on the spot.
Bernabé. I think it's a case of sheer strength that these French lads are lacking. As you say, Alec, they are a good young side. There are a lot of the boys from out of the Colts here, and they probably will develop.
Yes, they will. They'll probably be a good side in another 12 months' time. But Bernabé, the loose forward, number 13, he's having a tremendous game. He's running with the ball and he's doing all the tackling. He's having a great game.
Well, it looks as though another injury. That hooker, he's been down 2 or 3 times already in the match. Certainly this physiotherapist works overtime with this French team, Alec. He's been on and off the field more than you.
I just hope he's got no red wine in that bag there, because they are partial to a little bottle of red wine.
Well, whatever it is, let's hope it revives him. Certainly the Australian referee, Mr. Stone, he stops the game very quickly, doesn't he? And Keith England, the substitute forward, just limbering up, possibly keen to get on. It might not be surprised if the new coach, Malcolm Reilly, decides to give Keith England a go. Just give him 1 or 2 instruments. Usually a very calm, phlegmatic sort of man, Malcolm, but nothing like a test match to get you excited. Reminds me a little bit about with you, Alec.
No, I don't think he's as quiet as me, Ray.
Good take from Perry. Haggerty.
I think the crowd, Ray, would love to see Roy Haggerty score a try. I think he's had a very good debut for Great Britain.
Lee Crooks. That's a good pass. That's a better one. And there is a try for your debut. Mike Gregory. First Great Britain match, and he gets a try. No wonder the lad's pleased. And the crowd are pleased for him too. He's worked hard, this lad, in the summer. I know his coach Tony Barrow was telling me he's put a stone on with working on weights.
And this is nice for young Michael Gregory, but it's also nice for Great Britain. Lee Crooks here, and Sean Edwards again owes the ball. They've kept the ball on the move here, and a beautiful ball from Schofield to Michael Gregory to give him the simplest of chances.
Yes, good run there. And David Hobbs there, number 8. Just leaving the field, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing much wrong with him. He's had a good solid game up front, but as I said, I'm sure Malcolm Reilly will want to have a look at Keith England. And his most difficult kick. Has he got it? No, just underneath that bar. So 36 points to 4 now, and Lydon's first miss.
It's a very also strange seeing Joe Lydon kick goals because Henderson Gill, his club colleague, kicks him at Wigan.
And a good roar of the crowd there for Keith England, the Castleford forward. Probably come on in the prop forward position. I saw him play last week in the front row against the amateurs Blackbrook. And he's straight into the action. Good way. And it's nice to see, Alec, these Great Britain forwards launching themselves from some depth, really running onto the ball.
Yes, we're building up now into a very, very young side and a very, very good side, and it's nice to see forwards having confidence to run with the ball, Ray.
And it's that man Burnaby again, putting the tackles in, number 13, the loose forward, and doesn't he enjoy the game? Yes. There's one thing about an Australian referee, very, very keen around the play of the balls. Must be played accurately. Dumas. That's a good kick to touch. Normally played at full back, this lad, against Great Britain, but coach, French coach, put him in there at scrum half. Burnaby. If anything, Alec, these French forwards, they're standing too flat when they take the ball off this loose forward. They can't really get going.
Yes, well, this is typical French rugby, just releasing the ball.
Oh, hard luck. This lad's certainly into everything. This loose forward from the Le Ponte club. He's done the tackling stint, and he's certainly trying to open the play out. He looks to have a good spirit for the game, Alec. He's congratulating everybody, talking to everybody.
He's had a very good game indeed, Ray.
And a penalty there to France for, I think, Lee Crooks tackling the opposition without the ball. 15 minutes left in this Whitbread Trophy test. Can we see a try from France? Oh, and a neat little trick there. Dumas letting the ball go between his legs. And is it another penalty? It is.
I think this also would be good for Great Britain. It would test their defensive qualities, Ray, because to keep France out, we'll just keep the lads on the toes a little bit.
Dumas, same trick again. But if anything, putting one or two passes in too many, these French lads. Oh, good run here, Gill. We see more of this chap Henderson Gill in the centre positions than the wing positions. Oh, good dummy from Edwards. He's revelled in the space and the freedom to run at scrum half, Sean Edwards. And look who's back there, Sean Edwards again. And good support there from Gary Schofield. And a good kick. Good thinking there by Gary Schofield, and doesn't he look pleased with himself, Ali?
Well, he's got a smile on his face because it was actually the sixth tackle, and that's why he kicked the ball. If he'd been tackled with the ball in his hand, it would have just been a handover.
A long time since Great Britain last lost in these islands to France. 20 years when they last lost, 23-13 at Wigan. Espuña. I'd like to see this number 6 run, Alec. He's certainly got a big reputation, but really he's just distributed the ball, hasn't he?
Yes, well, I don't think he's had many running chances, but they are playing some good football, France.
Oh, that's good. And well picked up there by Perret. Oh, and a beautiful pass to Bernabé and Sudlo. Oh, my word, I think he would have deserved that try, or his colleague Dumas. Excellent handling there, but at least something there that we saw from France. And here's Gill again.
I think if there is a problem with little Andy down on the floor, he does have a tendency to hold the ball a little bit too long, and he'd be better releasing it once or twice.
Oh, that's a good pass. But referee Mr. Stone playing the advantage. Now then, Pons making his debut for France. Can he make his name? No. Well, I don't think I would have run into those three forwards. Palanque. And the crowd enjoying that. Rabo. Dumas. Montes.
A little bit of the French temperament coming out right at the moment. I just hope it doesn't go any farther than that.
Oh, this is a chance. Espuña, can he get hold of it? Oh, he knocks on. Well, a knock on. And Gill is trying to play on. Well, I think the referee, Mr. Stone, he blew his whistle immediately.
And this was very, very unlucky for France here. All he looks a searching try as Espuña picks the ball up. He looks as though all he has to do is put it down. He has one go and just bounces out of his reach.
Well, they've certainly had a couple of chances this half. They've certainly shown what they can do with their handling skills.
Yes, but I don't think the ball ran a little kindly for him then. He was vastly unlucky.
Joe Lydon.
I think what this crowd would love to see now, Ray, was Great Britain is to ping this ball along the line and see a try from about 70 yards.
Well, the French team are tackling better this half, Alec. I think their coach has certainly had a word with them at half-time. He was saying to me, and we did say, that they've had a lot of snow, just like ourselves, down in the south of France, and they haven't been able to get together because they do travel vast distances, these players, between the clubs in France. Not had the best of chances, this lad. He did score 3 tries at Perpignan a couple of seasons ago against Great Britain, but hardly touched the ball today. Just 8 minutes left in this match for France to record their first try. But I think a lot of credit, Alec, has got to be given to this British defence. It really has stiffened up, hasn't it?
Yes, I think this Great Britain side have played very well. It's a side, Malcolm Bailey's first side, and I think they've played excellent football, and they're a credit today.
Dumas.
Well, look at him, and this is a fella, he must be very happy, and he's still shouting instructions. It just shows you what this game gets you. It does get you excited, and he's a very placid man.
Bernabé there, loose forward, going into the scrum half position. Oh, beautiful football from Sean Edwards. An old head on young shoulders. He spotted the problem there in the French backs, that the French team were taking off Dumas to substitute Teeter onto the field. There was a little bit of lack of cohesion, and he did it.
This is absolutely world class. They just signed a scrum half for 130,000 Wigan, but what a magnificent side, a beautiful little jink, and that is a very, very high class try.
And it presents Joe Lydon with another 2-point opportunity. He's already got 16 points. That 2 takes him to 18. And I think he's now got in his mind the fact that 21 points is the highest score by a player, by Lewis Jones and Neil Fox against France. So could we see Lydon break that record in the last few minutes? And he's got 6 minutes to do it, Alec. Can he do it?
Well, I think the way that Great Britain are playing, Ray, they can do anything. They're really, really confident. They've played well today, they've tackled well, they've attacked well, and I think this is a credit for the first performance of Malcolm Bailey.
Rabo looking to get the ball away, couldn't hold it. It must be a knock-on, no advantage. This is one of the reasons, I think, why the French side actually knock on so much. They are looking to get the ball away all the time. They carry it in one hand very often. And against solid tackling, it can always be knocked out. Hanley. I don't think France will want me to remind them that we scored at 42 points to 4. Great Britain just registered the 1,000th point against them in international football. superb. Ellery Hanley again, showing his opportunism and delighting the crowd. 31 tries this season, and for my money, well on his way to another 50.
Well, we talk about the Australians being marvels, but what about this again? Sean Edwards and Ellery Hanley. This is absolutely rugby at the highest level. Takes it as though he's walking down the streets. Simple.
And simple again for Joe Lydon. Another 2 points, 20 points to Lydon. The edge is closer to Lewis Jones and Neil Fox. Just 1 point needed.
It's nice to see, Ray, that 48 points on the board, and you know, the lads in Australia with the cricket doing well, and let's hope that the Great Britain lads can carry on from here and go to Australia and bring the Ashes back.
And a good strong performance from these British forwards. The backs have had the glory, but one or two good runs here. And it's nice to see Keith England making his debut there, coming off the substitutes bench. Another player getting the experience. Just 2 minutes to go. Mark Forster. Gill. Oh, this is beautiful rugby, and there is that man, Gary Schofield, but he's put it back to Mike Gregory. Well, I don't think Mike Gregory really expected that. I've seen the days when Gary Schofield would have gone full length of the field. I think he probably could have done, but I think he said, look son, I've scored enough tries for Great Britain, you have a second.
What can you say but sheer class? This is great rugby from Great Britain here, and Henderson Gill takes that ball very well. There's some great support play. He does release it this time, and this fella Schofield normally scores tries, but he's thought, well, and look who's in support, Michael Gregory. Good try, good teamwork.
Yes, he just says 2 tries to me. And everything here hinges for Joe Lydon. He needs 1 point to break the record of Lewis Jones and Neil Fox. Has he got it? No, he hasn't. He's missed it. Well, he doesn't look too disappointed, but he doesn't even know about the record, if I know Joe.
I think, according to lip reading what he said then, Ray, I think he does know about the record.
So a rather bedraggled French outfit coming out. A lot of pluck, a lot of spirit, but that man has had the skill. Man of the match, Sean Edwards. That was a high tackle. 40 minutes gone, just into injury time now. We've had a little bit of injury time. Referee Mr. Stone mercifully stopping play whenever there was an injury, usually to the French lads. Oh, I think Ellery Hanley was trying to go through the gap there before he had the ball. But skipper for the day, this number 6 from Wigan. I think he too will be very, very pleased at this. He's led by example.
I think it's been a great team performance, Ray. I don't think there's anybody on the field who has not given 100%, and it's nice to see the Great Britain lads throwing the ball out right to the death.
Referee Mr. Stone not very happy with that scrum. It went straight through. Must come out behind the back feet of the second row. I don't think those French forwards will be bothered where it comes out. they'll just be waiting for the hooter. Bunya. Well, there it is. There's the hooter. 52 points to 4 for Great Britain. A record score here, beats the highest score ever against France by 2 points. And certainly, Coach Mulroney must have a huge grin on his face tonight. Well done, Great Britain. 52 points to 4.
They should never have let it go the distance. So Great Britain pick up another couple of points. And remember, the two top countries who finish in that table, in those two leading places, will play for the World Cup trophy in Sydney, Australia in 1988.